Guys, a lot happened over the weekend concerning Ghanaian and Black Star players who featured for their club side. Some were scoring goals, some were providing assists. Things we love to see and hear, but then one player got injured. And I don't want to talk about this update because this player has been very good with the national team. But then I'm here to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also the recap of whatever happened over the weekend concerning Ghanaian and Black Star players live here on SportsCorner GH. My name is Adam. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Quickly, let's jump into it. I want to begin with Ali Disiedu. Now, we all know Ali Disiedu plays for French Ligue 1 side Stade Rennais. Rennais played a football game against Lille where they lost by 1-0. I don't want to talk about the performance or the score line. It is what it is. But let's talk about what happened in the game. In the 17th minute, Ali Disiedu got injured. Now, he was going for a tackle, an area ball, and did not land correctly. He landed awkwardly and they could not continue the rest of the game. Now, if you take a look at the pictures, the videos, the visuals, Ali Disiedu was in pain. I could even feel for the player. He was in serious pain. And even took about 2 minutes for the medical team, the players to console him, to take him off the pitch. But then after the game, fans saw Ali Disiedu, in crutches. But then the club says that today, Monday, they are going to ascertain the extent of the injury. So he's going to undergo some medical assessment to see if it's a serious injury or not. But then we saw a report stating that Ali Disiedu ruptured his cruciate ligament. Now, when you hear this, be scared because it is pointing in the direction of an ACL. Now, let me just cast your mind back. Some few days ago, Abdul Fattah Ishahaku picked up an ACL. He underwent some surgeries and we heard he's not going to play football for between 4 to 6 months. Now, if this is another ACL, it could be the same thing. And one thing about ACL is that most players do not return the same if they recover. And I pray to God that, see, Ali Disiedu, after today's assessment, we should be told it's nothing serious and he will be back in some few weeks. But other than that, looking at the pain he is feeling, see, we are going to miss a very important player. Now, let me bring this in the context of the national team. In the chaos of what is happening in the national team, in the Black Stars, Ali Disiedu is one of the players that have been consistent with their performances. He plays very well. You hardly see him do those kind of mistakes here and there and things. We have World Cup qualifiers to play. You want a player of this caliber still playing in the Black Stars. So we pray that it's not an ACL, because if it's an ACL, just know he's going to miss some games in the World Cup qualifiers. But then, as I said, let's keep Ali Disiedu in prayers that he comes out of this, the sake, whether an ACL or not, we just hope that he comes back in one piece. But guys, that is the update concerning Ali Disiedu. Now, moving away from Ali Disiedu, let's talk about some other Black Star players who scored goals over the weekend for their club side. And I want to begin with Joseph Penil. See, I have my own issues with Joseph Penil. But then what this player does at club level will blow your mind. Now, over the weekend, Joseph Penil featured for LA Galaxy as they played against Minnesota United. They won that game by 6-2. And guess what? Joseph Penil scored 2 goals in that game, helping LA Galaxy to go to the finals of the Western Conference in the MLS. Now, LA Galaxy are going to face Seattle Sounders in the finals, and Joseph Penil is taking the league by storm. He's scoring goals, he's performing very well, he's giving assists, and once again, LA Galaxy, he's their important player, a key player for them. But then you see all these performances, we don't see them in the Black Stars because the player earns a call-up, and then we hear one reason or the other, he decides to withdraw himself. These are not things we want to be hearing for the national team. But then this player, by all standard, he's a fine player. By all standard, he's very good. He plays very well for club side. But then Otoado told us the last time that, he's now a father. Yeah, he has a newborn baby. That is the reason why he did not play for the Black Stars. But then regardless, the player is still doing well for club level. Scoring 2 goals in a very important game like this, it shows you the kind of caliber the player is, the quality he has. And Joseph Penil, we beg, we have World Cup qualifiers to play. You need to be fit enough to play in that game. But then this is really, really good. And I'm happy to bring you this update live here on SportsCorner GH. Let's move away from that and talk about Raman. Now, Raman has publicly said that himself, he doesn't want to play the Black Stars anymore. After several calls and requests that went to the player that, see, you are doing so well with your club side, why don't you come and play the Black Stars now? He says no. Now, the player scored the winner for PAOK as they were playing against Asteristropolis. Now, that game, PAOK were already losing, but then Baba Raman was introduced into the game in the 75th minute, and after 10 minutes in the game, he scored the winning goal for PAOK. And Baba Raman, he's a player that is doing so well for PAOK. As to whether he's going to do a U-turn and play for the Black Stars, only God knows, and only time will tell. But then now, he's doing so well for club level, and I believe that we need to still talk about him so that people know that, I mean, he's not finished though. He's not as bad as we all thought. He's still good and doing very well for club level. Now, moving away from Baba Raman, let's talk about Thomas Partey. Obviously, he scored a goal over the weekend against Southampton for Arsenal. I've talked about it in a video I did on another channel. You can check it out. I mean, Thomas Partey, don't be surprised if you see him get a contract extension at Arsenal, because now that is the argument. That is the argument coming from Arsenal fans. Extend Thomas Partey's contract. Extend Thomas Partey's contract. Extend his contract. That is what everyone is saying. Because this season, out of 12 games, Thomas Partey has played a lot of games this season. 12 games, scoring 2 goals. And last season, he was just getting injured left, right, front, center. But now he's fit, he's playing very well. Ghanaians do not like the fact that in two times or 2 occasions where Thomas Partey could have played for the Black Stars in the AFCON qualifiers, he chose Arsenal over Ghana. People are not happy about it. But at the end of the day, the player made his decision. We need to respect it. We need to respect the coach's also decision for dropping Thomas Partey in the last one. So guys, that is it with Thomas Partey. Jordan Ayew, he scored a penalty against Chelsea, a consolation goal for Leicester City. And in my own opinion, Jordan Ayew is one player, the more he grows, the more you see his quality. Jordan Ayew, when you want a player that can score penalties without any wishy-wishy, it's Jordan Ayew. And Jordan Ayew, he's that player for me. He's one of the best signings Leicester City have done so far. But then, the bad news is that Leicester City have sacked their coach. Steve Cooper has been sacked. And I don't know how this would have effect on Abdul Fattah Ishahaku and also Jordan Ayew, because you see, there is a new coach who is going to come in. Now, that new coach is going to build the team around the players available. So, for someone like Abdul Fattah Ishahaku, who is injured and out for a very long period, if the team is able to go on without him, it's going to be a very huge blow. It's going to be a trouble for him, because that means when he comes back, he needs to fight for his position. For Jordan Ayew, it is a matter of whether the coach wants him in the team or not, because it is Steve Cooper who brought Jordan Ayew into the team. And I don't know how the dynamics is going to be. But then, as time goes on, we are going to talk about that. But then, Leicester City are going to appoint a new coach very soon. And we don't know how it's going to affect our Ghana boys, whether in a positive way or in a negative way. Lastly, let's talk about Ransford Yeboah and Antoher. He scored his 6th goal of the season against Shaka 04 over the weekend. This player keeps on performing very well for club level, but then when it comes to the Black Stars, it's like he's a shadow of himself. Yeah, let me just put it in that way. He's a shadow of himself. No, Ransford Yeboah and Antoher, he's a fine player. For club level, plays very well. Hamburger SV, played very well in the Bundesliga too. I mean, the game against Shaka 04, I watched some bit of it. It ended up in a 2-2 draw. He was not bad at all. He was playing very well. But when it comes into the Black Stars, I don't know if it is lack of confidence or something. But then it's like he's not getting his rhythm. That is my problem. But then, guys, this is the update I have for you concerning Ghanaian and Black Star players. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.